Day 4 of International Film Festival of India. Okay. And this is the first press conference for Day 4, and we are really fortunate enough to have almost a pan-India presence here. We have film from Arunachal Pradesh, we have film from Haryana, and we have film from Tamil Nadu. There will be 3 films, and we have the cast and crew of 3 films present with us. The first film will be Bokaa Bulbula, directed by Akshay Bhardwaj, and we have Mr. Aryan Singh, DOP of the film, and Mr. Saksam Jadhav, editor of the film with us. The second film is Karken, and we have the director Nending Lodar and director of photography Nako Ete with us. And for the third film, Jigar Thanda X, we have Kartik Subbaraj sir, the director of the film, and Kartikeyan Santaram sir, the producer of the film. Let us have a small introduction to each of the film, and then we will go for the opening remarks from the cast and crew. For Bokaa Bulbula, this is a film based on village life, and the 2 main characters, Batto and Sultan, 2 friends. Batto faces some challenges while dealing with his son Bittu. Batto wants to use the last piece of his land for the betterment, and Bittu wants to use it for his self satisfaction. And there is a tussle, and there is also a tussle which Batto's friend Sultan finds out while conversing with Batto. Ultimately, Batto realizes that the enduring strength of true friendship through the film, finding clarity in the loyalty and support that his friend Sultan offers despite their troubled past. So we will just have the trailer of the film to have a more visual understanding. Can we please have the trailer?
बत्तो आज के बाद पानी ना गिर दिया मेरे पे रोज का हो रहा है तेरा
अरे पसीने आ रहे थे तेरे
और रोज सपने आ रहे थे मेरा
अच्छा अरे सपना तो मेरे भी आ रहा था आज तेरी भाभी का जो मैं लुगाई ने गोद लिया था जो बेचारी छात पर पड़ के मर गई हसड़ की बात है यार सुल्तान अरे बिट्टू तेरे भाभी की मन की बात पर हंस पड़े यार
चूतिया है वो चलन तो पहले साले ने पीट के चल लेंगे तू राम ते दारू पी
तेरे माँ की मन की बात पर हंसा क्यों तू
हंसा क्यों
तू
जो बता दी ना सुनन की मत
अरे हंसा क्यों तू
आप है ना एक बुलबुले में जीण लाग रहे हो और मैं वो बुलबुला फोड़ना नहीं चाहता
So the second film of the day, Karken, is coming all the way from Arunachal Pradesh to us in Goa. And this is a film for a medical officer, once passionate about acting but forced to abandon his dreams, resurfaces to take an audition. This decision could jeopardize his job that supports his family's debt, risk his engagement, and endanger the life of a pregnant woman in labor. The film is based on that thing, and we will have a visual understanding through the trailer again.
Hello?
Hello, Dr. Karken?
Yes?
Nyonya, nokar pinehilo ma loago men rakhiba.
मोंगा को पता है तुम उसको प्रॉमिस किया था याद है ना
Alo ketub. Ni gadam no kaina problem benektu. Al na badalo innama. Al na kamam innama.
Sir, one ambulance lock delivery patient damgala ija medical pada hindu na.
Yom lala.
Dr. Karken, hami amne agum lo laga bhai am yedu ko.
Mok din chan kaam go ilpa am na yetuna.
Nok duty on sin atta jam go hen.
Awon no ka do hai. Kar pick up nature ka tam ani na ko atak yaad omla.
Mới anh như vậy à mẹ gari ru.
Mong ko bada ko malan roi.
Jano kyo na ago mam singo manambay tadu. And what I am going to tell to the higher authorities.
Tell them the truth.
Hey, pahag tum do. Karpi, hey, pahag kok to ke?
Karpi ne ani go aad la ka ta ke ma. Healer.
And now the third one, Jigar Thanda X, coming from South India. To give a brief synopsis, this film is a Tamil action thriller and also a spiritual prequel to the 2014 film Jigar Thanda. The plot follows aspiring police officer Kirubai Aroya Raj, who is forced to do an unlawful act to secure his job. And to do that, he disguises himself as a film director. He infiltrates the den of gangster alias Caesar. In the process, Caesar experiences a change of heart, and as a gripping narrative in the film, explores ambition, morality, and survival. It's a high-octane action, making it a compelling continuation of the original film's legacy. Let's have a trailer to feel that action thriller once again.
பேன் இண்டியாவில் இப்போ வர சினிமாவில் இவரை மாதிரி ஒரு கருப்பு ஹீரோவை நினச்சி பாருங்களேன். சிரிப்பு வருதா இல்லையா முடிக்கலாம்?
கருப்பாக இருந்தால் கேவலம் உனக்கு.
சினிமாவில் ஹீரோனா வெள்ளையாக இருந்தால் தானே முடியும்.
தமிழ் சினிமாவின் முதல் கருப்பு ஹீரோ நீங்கள் தான் வரலாற்று சிறப்பு மிக்க அந்த பாண்டியா படத்தின் டைரக்டர்.
ஐ எம் ரேதாசன், தமிழ் ஃபிலிம் டைரக்டர். நான் சத்யஜித் ரேட் அசிஸ்டன்ட் டைரக்டராக ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும்போது அவர் ஒரு நாள் என்னை கூப்பிட்டு அரே சாலா முச்சுக்கோ லக் ரா கே தூ ஏக்தம் தயார் ஹோ கயா ஜாவோ மூவி கரோ அப்படின்னு ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணி என்னை படம் பண்ண சொல்லி அனுப்பிச்சு வச்சார்.
படத்தை முடிச்சு நம்ம தியேட்டரில் கில்டிஸ்டூட் கட் அவுட்டுக்கு பக்கத்தில் நம்ம கட் அவுட்டை பெருசாக வச்சு இந்த தீபாவளிக்கு ஊரே அமுகலப்படுத்துகிறோம்.
ஓகே,
ரோல் கேமரா ஆக்ஷன் சொல்லலாம் மாமா.
ரோல் கேமரா ஆக்ஷன்.
அப்போ தொடங்கலாமா சுடுதலை?
கட் 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 கட். வில்லனுக்கு வில்லன் வில்லாதி வில்லன் எப்பவுமே இருப்பான். இருக்கான்.
அவனோட பலம் மடித்தனம் அணிவர் எல்லாமே ஊருக்கு ஒருத்தர் நம்ம வளர்த்து விட்ட அந்த 4 மிருக பயலுக்கு தான். அந்த 4 ரவுடி பயலுகளும் சாவணும். முக்கியமா அந்த மதுரைக்காரன்.
சினிமாக்காரனே, எதுக்கூட என்னை பத்தி சினிமா எடுக்கலாம்ல? இந்த கைமையை போய் சுத்தி சுத்தி ஏதோ காந்தி கணக்கு எடுத்துட்டு இருக்க.
இப்ப நல்லவங்களை பத்தி படம் எடுத்தா யாரும் பாக்குறது இல்லம்மா.
எனக்காவது அது மாறிடும்னே. நீ எடுத்துட்டு இருக்க இந்த படம் அது மாத்திரும்னே. உள்ளுக்குள்ள எது சொல்லுது.
ரே சார், சுயசரிதையை கொஞ்சம் மாற்றி எழுதிக்கலாமா?
இங்கே எவன் எதையும் புதுசாலாம் எழுதிட முடியாது. பேனாவை கெட்டியா மட்டும் பிடிச்சிக்கிட்டா போதும். எழுதப்பட்டது எழுதப்படும்.
Holy fuck. That's my best fucking shot ever.
So that's the understanding for 3 of the films. And now we will directly go to the cast and crew to have their opening remarks. I will request Mr. Saksam Jadhav, editor for the film Bokaa Bulbula, to give his opening remarks.
Hello, everyone. So basically, I don't have much to say about the film because it was our college final film project. So actually, I joined the project later on in the film. I joined it during the post production, so I was not included earlier. But during the post production, my duty was to just go through all the rushes and then decide what is the best for the film. So the major challenge, what I think about the film, was to just put it in some kind of assembly because it was shot in a way that the shots were too long, and it was not a usual thing for the kind of films we were making earlier. So that is all I have to say about this. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I will request Mr. Aryan Singh, DOP of the film, to.
So this has been a long journey in making Bokaa Bulbula. I joined Akshay early on during the writing process, and Akshay Bhardwaj is our director. We are missing him deeply here. He has had an accident, so he couldn't make it to the festival. And Akshay has written a beautiful story, and he knew his characters, he knew his world, and he made it so easy for us to collaborate. And everybody from the crew gave their best. Saksham edited the film brilliantly. He, I think, is the only one in the institute who could have. We had taken a lot of long takes and very less coverage, and he somehow made it work. Our production designer Rupalika did a fabulous job. The sound recording was handled by Gagan Kagra, who did a fabulous job. And then a lot of during shooting, because we were shooting in a village, there were a lot of stray sounds. So Dilip Ahirwar is one of our faculty in the institute. He handled the sound post production, and he just cleaned those up like there was no noise in them. And the cast obviously did a beautiful job. If you had seen the film, I guess you would have liked it. We really thought they added a lot of nuance to the characters. They did a lot of improvisation during the rehearsals and during the shoot, and that just added layers to the story, to the scenes. And anybody else who had helped us in the film, and I'm forgetting the name, I would just like to thank everybody who made it possible for us to make this film.
Thank you. The next will be Nending Lothar, director of the film Karken.
Hi everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. So the film Karken, as you have heard the synopsis, it's about the passion inside a person, which he keeps on, suppressing it, and then a time comes when everybody has that, that point where it breaks, it bursts. So that point came in his life, in the character's life, and then he took the step, and then it led to, all the everything was perfect in his life, then it all crumbles down. And that's what the film is about. It's about also redemption, finding your own soul, your own voice. And I would like to thank NFDC for coming in, because it was going to be a very, very, very low project independent film. But then NFDC, they liked the script, and they came in the board, and from then it was a game-changing journey. And then I would like to thank also my cast and crew members. Also here, my DOP, Mr. Nyagoete. Because of him, he suggested me that you should pitch this screenplay and all to NFDC. And so I wasn't believing in my script myself. So, but he gave me the courage, and then I pitched this to NFDC, and here we are in IFFI. I would like to thank IFFI also. And all the cast and crew members, and I hope it's also selected in Indian Panorama, and it will be screening also this evening. If you guys can watch, it's in Inox Margao something. Yeah, that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, may I request Mr. Naguete, director of photography for the film?
Hello, good morning to all of you. So, our film mostly revolves around in one single space with one single character. 90% of the film is that. So, I myself has never done something like this. I mean, shooting a film which completely revolves around in one space with one single character. So, it was kind of a big challenge for us also. And of course, we were able to pull it off, but I hope so. We did a good job. So, we will like to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now time for Jigar Thanda X, and I will request Mr. Kartik Subbaraj, director of the film, to make his opening remark.
Hi all. JigarThanda X is actually kind of a spiritual sequel to my previous film JigarThanda, which got released in 2014. So that film basically talks about like what an art can do to a person, like criminal, how it changes a person in the crime world. What art can bring change to a particular a single man. That's what JigarThanda spoke about. So when I actually wanted to do a sequel, but actually this is kind of a prequel to the film, but I wanted to show it like, okay, what an art can do to a bigger good to a society as such, like how great weapon cinema is. That's what I wanted to show through this film. And also this film also has a commentary on the connect between the human and nature and human and animals, and especially there's an elephant angle to this. So this is all the ideas I had when I wanted to make this film. And I'm happy that this film is this is we made this film for like a mainstream Tamil theatrical audience, but I always wanted my films to have break that line between like say the commercial cinema and the art, or like a film for the like film festivals. So I want to break it. So I think with this film, I was able to. This film got selected in Rotterdam Film Festival, then it got an award in Novi Sad, and now it got selected in this prestigious Indian Panorama. I feel very happy about it, and thanks for having a film in IFFI Goa. Thank you.
Thank you. And now to listen from Mr. Kartikeyan Santanam, producer of the film.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for having us here. It's indeed a great pleasure for us on behalf of the entire team. And my apologies for not the subtitles being played there, which is very hard to see because we all come from a different language. But at the end of the day, to know what the film is, we definitely need the subtitles. So I would really encourage to have subtitles, for us to understand the other films as well as for our film to be represented. And like Karthik said, it's as a producer, I mean, like I've been very gifted to produce this film because there are very rare occasions that you get such a film to produce in your life. I always believe in the charm of luck, and God has been very kind to me, and I'm very thankful to God and to the entire team for producing this film, which has made waves across the globe, both from a commercial front as well as from a very artistic front. And thank you once again, and I would really like to thank my entire team for pulling this off, and I would like to thank the director, my brother-in-law Kartik Sugaraj, for giving me an opportunity to produce this film. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, and I think with that we will close the chapter for opening remarks, and now we can open the floor for all the dignitaries who you are present here. You can ask questions to the cast and crew of the films. Any questions?
Good morning. My question is to Kartik Subbaraj and Kartikeyan Santanam. So Tamil films have always had this element of rawness and realness. So it shows life as it is. I mean, in whatever aspects it stands very close to reality. But one factor which, in my personal observation, what I have seen is that while the male actors, they are allowed to embrace their Dravidian glory, but most often Tamil films cast female actors who do not represent the Dravidian women. But your film is actually straying away from that, and you have stayed true to the Dravidian element of female leads by casting actors like Nimisha and Kapila. So I would appreciate you for that. But do you think that Tamil mainstream movies have a problem of colorism, maybe? What is it? Or is it a conscious decision on your part to cast female actors who look like the girl next door?
I think it's not like I wouldn't say that Tamil film industry has that sort of colorism. I think there's a lot of other films, like even from, I think from the 70s and 60s, like if you see films like made by Bharati Raja sir, Balu Mahendra sir, and all, it is all, as you say, they have casted like only rooted people for the thing. So I don't think there is anything sort of colorism, and maybe on some commercial sort of films they might require that kind of casting as such. So I wouldn't say that aspect exists in Tamil film industry. And especially this film, Double X, actually speaks about that, because when the entire Indian cinema industry has been because that's one aspect of the film talks about, like in 1975, when the entire the perspective of audience was like a hero has to be fair skinned, one person comes and breaks it. So as per, in this film, my protagonist wants to be the first dark skinned hero of Indian cinema as such. So this film talks about that. Yeah.
So here, my question is again to you only. This idea is really beautiful, that art can change a person, but art can change a gangster. So do you think it's an extreme idea when it's just a filmy idea, or does it really happen? Because we know, like, the world we are growing up, and then with seeing the news we see. So do you think incorporating art into a lot of the real life will actually change gangsters? Do you think so?
Art, not only gangsters, I think as such, art changes human. How we see life, how we sort of, our perspective to life changes, like when you get that tinge of art in it. And for me, a personal experience wise, for JigarThanda Part 1, the initial idea of JigarThanda Part 1 came when I was making a short film for Nale Yokanar, like a reality show. I wanted to, that's a different short film. I wanted to shoot like a person stabbing another one, like a murder scene. So that time we thought, okay, let us go on. We know a person who was in jail for a murder for some reason, and then he's now, after so many years, he came back. So we thought of discussing what was his psychology before, like, because a man deciding to kill a person, what should be his psychology. So I thought of going and meeting him and talking to him. But that time he was so interested in, like, that I'm making a short film, so he wanted to act in that film. So the way he tried to impress me, because that time I was no one, I was just trying to make a short film. The way he showed interest actually gave me the idea of JigarThanda Part 1. So I'm definitely sure, I think art changes human as a whole, like not only gangsters, anyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi. This is for Nending Lodar. I saw your movie last evening and we briefly met.
Thank you.
It's a great movie, and I've not seen a movie in a while where you're 90% of the screen, you're talking to your audience. But I wanted to ask, you wrote the script. Why did you decide to cast yourself? You could have cast someone else. Was there a decision behind that?
Okay, yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you for watching the film. And yeah, actually, I am more of an actor. So, like any actor, I was struggling for good roles and good characters. So, but I wasn't finding it for many years. So, and then, I thought of writing my own stories, like the characters which I love to do. So, in that way, this story came out, and I just dug into myself So and see what I am myself, and then it's very personal story. So I brought it from my own personal experiences, and yeah, then that's how it went. And then uh, because I wasn't sure anyone was going to produce it, so I kind of made it very low budget. And so uh, as you said, you have watched the movie, so it's in one location, and there's only one actor, and there are other actors, but only one actor on screen. So I and this thing, I wanted to see myself as an actor growing. Can I pull this off? Can I pull one feature film by myself? So I wanted to challenge myself. So I put it in there, me as an actor, and then due to this all budget restraints, I had to make it in one location. And as in our place, the filmmaking is not not so big enough. We have very less of everything, including starting from producers, directors, actors, cinematographers, everything very less. So it was very hard to find actors who could speak in the dialect which I was making. If even if they were actors, they were not giving us and were unable to give us time and energy, and so most of the actors are non-actors. I mean non-professionals, and they are in voiceovers. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
You did a terrific job.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question from our guest from the movie Karken. You earlier thanked
Oh yeah.
NFDC and IFFI for selection of your film. In this
Uh-huh.
context, I would like to ask that what are the challenges in making movies in Arunachal Pradesh, and how selection of your movie will help grow Arunachal cinema?
Okay, thank you. Yes. Again, I would like to thank NFDC and IFFI, especially NFDC, for believing in the script, that it could bring this thing in a bigger platform. And so with this film, I think, yeah, NFDC is giving uh, the opportunities to places like Northeast India, where we have very less producers, and even though we have raw talents and we have passion, but we don't have the platform. So this NFDC has given a superb, wonderful experience to me, and I hope they'll keep on doing that. And my film getting selected here, I think it'll be a huge, like upliftment for the younger generations in our place, making films. And then also it's also about our language. I would like to say that our languages in Arunachal, we have more than 20 tribes and many sub-tribes. Each of them have their own languages. So these languages, because of, I think, outside culture, it's good to imbibe our other cultures, but in that process, we are losing our own. So we are losing our languages are in endangered stage. So by making movies in our own dialect and making it in big platforms, seeing it in big screens, I hope the future generations can feel, they'll be cool about it. They'll feel proud to speak their own language. And I think that's a good thing that NFDC has done with us. Thank you.
Any more questions from the dais? Okay, then I have the liberty to ask one question, my personal one, to Mr. Aryan Singh. You are a director of photography, right? And from the trailer, it's quite clear that in the cinematographic experience of the film, you have placed yourself quite straightforward, traditional, I should say.
Yeah.
But in a time when there is so much pressure from VFX, using VFX and other kind of filters and all, what's the motivation behind using for the traditional way? And what do you feel that with coming time there will be a um clear distinction between two sets of ideas in photography or in cinematography per se?
So in our case, this was actually a student project from our institute. So VFX is quite expensive, even if we wanted to do. Secondary, it was the story. The story was so grounded in rural Haryana that we didn't need any of the VFX or any image manipulation to that level. we needed visuals which are very grounded and very rooted in the cultural context of Haryana. And the director and me were very clear on it that we will wait and we will capture the real essence of the place. So there were days when we waited for the sun to set, and just in the last light we caught some glimpses of a scene, and then we did it again because we thought it was too dark. It came out all right. So I personally, my thing is that I would like to capture it for real if I can, whenever I can. If there is a limitation, a budgetary limitation, and it cannot be avoided, yes, you have to go with VFX or image manipulation, and that also saves a lot of time and a lot of things that cannot be done for real. And a lot of times, some things might be unsafe for the actors or for the crew, for the cast to capture for real. So that way, they are a boon to us. But in the current time, when I see generative AI coming in and a lot of digital manipulation coming in, I think there is a question of authenticity of the images, in a sense that what is captured, what is generated. And I think we are we are at the we are at a place where I don't know what the future will be, to be honest with you. But I think there should be a space for captured images and the generated images. There should be a distinction, because there is a difference. When a person captures an image, or when you are standing there and you're capturing the image, there is some essence of you that is left in the image. There are some choices you make. So I think that should be done, even if it's tough, for the love of it.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it will keep it real as well. Right.
So for me, it's a question of fidelity. When you're generating so much of things, and you can at this moment you can feel some things are generated, some are very good, and you don't know if it's really captured or if it's generated. But I think when you actually capture it, there is a soul to that image, which the generated one doesn't.
Yeah, at least for the photographer or the cinematographer
Yeah.
is there. I don't know for the
We
viewer.
have great love for captured images.
I agree. And on that note, I think if there is no more questions from the audience, is there? On that note, we can conclude this press conference then. First press conference of day 4. And I would love to thank all the dignitaries who have made their time to present here, and all of you, the press people, who made their time and interest to interact with the dignitaries. And I'd love to thank, on behalf of Press Information Bureau, to IFFI, that they have given us a platform and we can perform here. Yeah. you want to
I would just like to say to the media persons that our film is in Haryanvi, and although it is a very not a very common thing in Haryana to make a film in Haryanvi and on Haryana. It is a rare thing. So I would request anybody who can make it. We have a show today at Purvorium. It's a solo show for our film, and there is one at Madgaon. If you can watch it, please watch it, and it will help support the industry there to develop. If you like it, it's great.
Yeah, obviously, for all the films, the request is on, and great presence, genre wise, location wise, all parts from India. So, with that, thank you all for being here. And okay, yeah, so the dignitaries will be presented with a small memento. Please come.